All right, good afternoon, everyone. So, for today, I would like to present my thesis proposal. First of all, my name is Erwin. I'm from GP1 class. So, my title here is about teacher strategies of teaching speaking skills to students at SPN 19 Mataram. So, I have the background of the problem here. There's some difficulties that the teacher face when teaching speaking skills to the student at SMPN 19 Mataram. Many of them feel shy when trying to speaking in class, and some of them are afraid of making mistakes. This is the problem that the teacher face when teaching English speaking skills. So teachers find that the students are afraid of making mistakes. The students are not confident of speaking in front of their friends or in front of the class. So the teachers must find a good methods or techniques to improve the speaking ability of the students. Next one, research problem. So I have two kind of research problem here. The first is many students at SMPN 19 Mataram, I mean like many students at SMPN 19 Mataram still struggle to develop their speaking skills in English even though having regular English classmates. And the second is teacher apply different strategies in teaching speaking, but it's not clear which strategies are most effective to the student in speaking skills. Next one is research questions. The first is why do many students at SMPN 19 Mataram still struggle to develop their speaking skills in English even though having regular English classes? Next, which teaching strategies are most effective in improving students' speaking skills at SMPN 19 Mataram? Next one is research objective. The first one is to identify the speaking difficulties faced by students at SMPN 19 Mataram. Second is to describe the strategies used by teachers in teaching speaking skills at SMPN 19 Mataram. Next one is definition of key terms. I have to point here. The first is teacher strategies and speaking skills. So let's discuss the first thing here is teacher strategies. It's referred to the way or the method that teachers using for teaching the student in the class. So the teachers must find a good method like group discussion, uh, games, role play. So this kind of method that teachers used, the teachers must to use when the teachers teaching in the class. So the second point is about speaking skills. So speaking skills includes aspects such as pronunciation, vocabulary use, fluency, and confidence when students communicate in the class. So a good pronunciation and good in the vocabulary is actually can support the fluency in the speaking skills for the students, and they can communicate effectively in front of the class or with their friends. So actually, uh, the student need to improve pronunciation and vocabulary use to fluency and be confident. Next one is review of related literature. I have to point here. So the source one is from Sabic 2025 Noor, Ira, and Gaida 2024 highlights the effectiveness of drilling and dialogue practice in enhancing students' speaking skills. So, conversation dialogue is kind of practicing or the way we student practice for teaching for showing their ability of speaking skills. So to achieve that one, we the student have to mastering the pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, or knowing how to make the sentences in English. Next one is source two. Communicative language teaching, or we can call it CLT, emphasizes interaction and real-life communication, while text-based language teaching (TBLT) focus on learners completing meaningful tasks to practice language use in 2004. So, um, real-life communication, it means that the students have to use the English language in real life. So it means that the student must use that language in real life. So without practicing, the student will struggle with the speaking skills. So student need to practice, right? So CLT or communicative language teaching is the way teachers use for teaching the students speaking or teaching the English language, especially for the speaking skills. Next one is teacher strategies. So, teacher strategies refers to the way teachers using the methods, techniques that teachers apply to facilitate the development of the students' oral communication abilities, like role play, shadowing techniques, group discussions, storytelling, and games. So, these kind of techniques that really really important for supporting the teacher for the student learners when they learning the speaking skills. Next one is subcomponent of teacher strategies. Teacher strategies for teaching speaking skills typically consist of several interrelated subcomponents, including selection of techniques, activities, feedbacks, correction methods, interaction, scaffolding, and motivational support. Next one is speaking skills. Speaking skills refer to the ability of expressing an idea, thoughts, and feeling clearly through spoken language in different situations. Speaking skill is actually the way we explain something or describing the things around us. Next one is components of speaking skills. Speaking skills are not just about producing words, but there are subcomponents that work together to make the communication effective. One of the main components of speaking skill is actually the fluency, which refer to the ability to speak smoothly and with confidence. And the next one is theoretical framework. From Brown said in 2007 that talking is a lively way of sharing ideas, including making, getting, and understanding information. Also, from Richards and Renadia pointed out in 2020 that speaking is a crucial skill that language learners need to develop to have meaningful conversation. Next one is research design. This study using a qualitative research design because it seeks to explore and describe the strategies used by teachers in teaching speaking skills in junior high school. Qualitative design is appropriate for this research since it allows the researchers to gain a deep understanding of teachers' approaches, methods, and classroom practices that cannot be fully captured through numbers alone. And population and sample slash participants. So the population of this study consists of English teachers and students at SMPN 19 Mataram in two classes in ninth grade who are involved in the teaching and learners of speaking skills. So the researchers will uh, take the population and sample from SMPN 19 Mataram into classes at ninth grade. So uh, only for two classes will take the population and sample, or participant will take from the student and teachers at SMPN 19 Mataram. So here data collection methods will collect it in SMPN 19 Mataram in 7th grade using classroom. Our other researcher will use two classes, and the collection methods will uh, collect by observation, interviews, and documentation. So the instrument of data collection, I have four here. The first is observation checklist, interview guide, documentation sheet, field note. I mean documentation, like taking photos from the students and teachers, observation checklist, interview guide, fields notes. And next one is data analysis. So I have 3 points here for data analysis. The first is data reduction. So the researchers reduced the data by focusing only on information related to the teacher's strategies in teaching speaking. So, and the next one is data display, communicative strategies, accuracy focused strategies, and supportive strategies. Communicative strategies included role play, group discussion, and storytelling, which encouraged students to speak more actively. Next one is conclusion drawing. Drilling and modeling improved student pronunciation and vocabulary, while feedback and encouragement motivated students to keep practicing. So I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.